So brain health is something that a lot of people are focused on these days. Keeping our brains active and healthy and doing what we can to prevent cognitive decline. And obviously there's a lot of different ways to go about this, and nutrition is definitely one of them. It's not all of them, but it is one of them. And it is an important thing to focus on because it can have a big impact and be potentially neuroprotective, right? Very brain friendly. And there are a few diets out there, styles of eating, that can be very helpful for your brain health. One, not surprisingly, is the Mediterranean diet, which you've heard me talk about before. The Mediterranean diet is rich in fruits and vegetables and fish and extra virgin olive oil and nuts and beans and whole grains. And it's not rich in dairy, meat, or processed sugar. And for those reasons, there is a significant amount of evidence suggesting that this type of eating can preserve cognitive function over time. Another one is called the DASH diet, which is the dietary approach to stop hypertension. It's a diet that's often prescribed to people with high blood pressure. And it's a very high fiber diet that includes a lot of fruit, vegetables, lean meats, nuts, beans, and whole grains. And it has also been associated with a much slower rate of cognitive decline with age. Then there's the MIND diet, which stands for Mediterranean Dash Intervention for Neurodegenerative Delay. This diet is, as it sounds, basically a combo of the Mediterranean and the DASH diet. So both of those diets individually seem to be especially healthy for brain health. So you can imagine that being combined, they would also be equally, if not more effective. And this diet is one that's being very well studied right now for potential to reduce risk of Alzheimer's. So that's potentially very exciting. And then there's the Nordic diet, which, as it might sound, is very high in fatty fish, also high in whole grains like barley and vegetables, definitely emphasizing cruciferous vegetables and root vegetables, along with berries and legumes. And this diet has been shown to be very effective for brain health as well as weight loss and blood pressure. So all really good eating lifestyles that can help you take care of your brain. And of course, there are specific foods that are kind of within all of these diets that have been identified as being particularly brain healthy. Leafy green vegetables in particular. And the research is suggesting having leafy greens about 6 times per week. So ideally almost once a day to really get that benefit. One thing that most of us know is foods containing omega-3s, omega-3 fatty acids, which is, wild salmon, walnuts, flax seeds, all those kind of foods can be very brain healthy. Along with just about every nut out there, every legume out there, berries, and of course extra virgin olive oil, which we know is particularly good for your brain health. And while we're talking about foods that are good for your brain health, it's also worth noting that high saturated fat and high sugar foods are the exact opposite. So if you want to take care of your brain, it's important to focus on what you're taking in, and probably equally important to focus on what you're choosing to skip or omit, because those things can do the exact opposite. So being mindful of your brain means being mindful of your eating. So hopefully you're doing that. If not already, that you start doing that now, because your brain will thank you for it. All right, take care, and I'll see you later. Bye.